I'd like to start off by saying a few words um, about the subject of peace and um, and some reflections from what my teacher Thich Nhat Hanh always spoke about, and then we'll go into a short meditation based on a mantra. So, we constantly hear different points of view with regard to the wars and other conflicts that are happening in different parts of the world. And for instance, with regards to what is happening in Gaza, for instance, there's those who support Israel's military action, and there are those who support Hamas. And the other day, I saw an online conference where an African lady said that she totally supported Israel, which was met with much applause from the attendees. And I couldn't help thinking, instead of supporting one side or the other, why not come out in support of peace? And this is exactly what my teacher Thich Nhat Hanh did during the Vietnam War. At the time, he was quite well known in Vietnam, as he had formed an organization called the School of Youth and Social Service, which was a grassroots relief organization of 10,000 volunteers based on the Buddhist principles of nonviolence and compassionate action. But when he did not support the Viet Cong, he was banned from entering the country. He refused to take sides in the conflict, and all he spoke of wherever he went was to work for a peaceful resolution. And right through to the end of the conflict in Vietnam, he firmly stood his ground, that being peaceful coexistence, and was subsequently nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize by none other than Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So in Buddhism, the four immeasurables, also known in Sanskrit as the Brahma Viharas, are found in one brief and beautiful prayer, which is, the first is, may all beings have happiness and its causes. And the second is, may all beings be free of suffering and its causes. The third being, may all beings never be separated from bliss without suffering. And may all beings be in equanimity, free of any bias, attachment, and anger. And the Buddha taught the following to his son Rahula. Rahula, he said, practice loving kindness to overcome anger. Loving kindness has the capacity to bring happiness to others without demanding anything in return. Practice compassion to overcome cruelty. Compassion has the capacity to remove the suffering of others without expecting anything in return. Practice sympathetic joy to overcome hatred. Sympathetic joy arises when one rejoices over the happiness of others and wishes others well-being and success. And practice non-attachment to overcome prejudice. Non-attachment is the way of looking at all things openly and equally. This is because that is, myself and others are not separate. Do not reject one thing only to chase after another. The Buddha said, I call these the four immeasurables. Practice them and you will become a refreshing source of vitality and happiness for others. And in this regard, I'd like to tell you just a short story. There was an elderly man who lived alongside a busy highway. And every morning he'd stand on his porch and he'd wave at the rushing cars, calling out, good morning, I hope you have a good day. And every evening he'd come out of his house and wave at the returning cars and say, "Good evening, have a safe drive home." And a reporter hearing about this went to interview the old man and asked, "But sir, those drivers can't hear you. Why in the world are you doing this?" And the man just shrugged and he said, "I'm not thinking about whether or not they can hear me or not. Every morning I wish them a good day. Every evening I wish them a safe drive home. That's all." So it starts right here and right now with us and our attitude towards the world and our fellow beings. So I'd like to start a little meditation now, and it's based on a mantra, Lokaha Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And what it means is, may all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be happy. It's a very powerful mantra. So what I'm going to do here is, if I can, see if I can share my screen. Here we go. These are not snowflakes. These are what my Sakuru calls flowers of peace. And she asks us to imagine that these flowers of peace are falling on the earth, not only on all areas of conflict, but also on all areas of any kind of situation, whether it be human conflict, whether it be situations with the environment. The flowers of peace also fall on our heads, making us more tolerant, more compassionate, more filled with loving kindness. So I'm going to ring the bell here 3 times, and as usual, I invite everybody to, as the bell is rung, to also be mindful of the bell, to breathe in deeply, to bring yourself the awareness of the bell as it struck and as it slowly dissipates. I'll ring the bell 3 times, and then I will chant the mantra 9 times, and then we will be silent. You can either visualize the flowers of peace falling on the earth, or you can watch the actual video on the screen. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Gurubhyo Hari Om. One of the quotes that my teacher, well, among many, but one of the quotes that he was particularly known for is, and it was the title of one of his books. It was "Peace in Ourselves, Peace in the World." And in order to deal not only with our feelings and emotions about conflicts that are happening in the world, to also deal with conflicts that are happening within ourselves. We can only really do that if we find a place of sanctuary. And meditation can really help bring us to this place. So we're going to do another short meditation, and this is based on a couple of what's are called gathas, which my teacher taught as kind of a foundational aspect for meditation. Very helpful. And they're to do along with the breathing. As you breathe in, you say one part of the gatha. As you breathe out, you say the second part. So the gathas have a longer form, but we'll just use a short form. And what I invite you to do is, as you breathe in, say to yourself, deep. And as you breathe out, say to yourself, slow, deep, slow. Breathing in, my breath is deep. Breathing out, my breath is slow, deep, slow. Now I invite you, as you breathe in, to say to yourself, calm. And as you breathe out, ease. Breathing in, I feel calm. Breathing out, I am at ease. calm, ease. Now, finally, I would like to invite you, as you breathe in, to say smile, and as you breathe out, say release. Smiling relaxes your face, and release, feel your whole body release. Smile, release. So, dear friends, it's my intention to, during these times, to do this, or to do a meditation for peace every Wednesday at this time. So if you feel inclined to invite your friends, please do. I will put a reminder on the Facebook site on a weekly basis, along with the Zoom link. And it won't be exactly the same every time, but I hope you'll be able to make it. There's one extra thing I would like to do at this point, and that is, and once we have done this, I would like to just invite you to silently go into your evenings with a feeling of compassion and love for yourselves and for all beings. But I would finally like to send out a prayer for the two teachers who tragically lost their lives yesterday right here in Panama as a result of gun violence, another scourge that affects mankind. Ivan Rodriguez Mendoza and Abdiel Diaz Chavez. For them and their family, this is the chant of the medicine Buddha. Teata om bekonze, bekonze, maha bekonze, ranza samangate soha. Teata om bekonze, bekonze, maha bekonze, ranza samangate soha. Teata om bekonze, bekonze, maha bekonze, ranza samangate soha. Teata om bekonze, bekonze, maha bekonze, ranza samangate soha. Thank you. Many blessings.